I'm Xing Hao. I'm the class of 2023 and I'm a philosophy major. It's not very Singaporean childhood because I never had tuition or enrichment classes. I spend a lot of time on the internet. So I used to spend a lot of time on Wikipedia reading, and then this other website called TV Tropes. I also read that a lot. So it's like because you start on one page, right? And then there's so many interesting things. Then I'll keep opening new tabs. Then I'll just spend the whole day reading. And it's almost endless lah. It's nerdy, but not in a productive way, I would say. Do you know I was actually class of 2021? Well, this actually I took 2 gap years. So first, I went to this school in Italy to study Latin and Greek. You're supposed to speak in Latin. You're only allowed to speak in Latin or Greek. So I kind of did that for a year. And then so I tried applying to this other school called Deep Springs. And what it is this school in I guess the Californian desert. So because it's a college, there's also a cattle ranch. So every student needs to work at least, I think, 20 hours a week of manual labor. So for a few months, I was milking the cows twice a day, things like that. I guess Deep Springs is a place where, even though you're a farmer, you're a dairy boy, but at the same time, it's also a somewhat artificial environment, because obviously normal farmers don't go read Aristotle after you milk the cow, right? It's kind of gave me more insight about how to live as a embodied being as opposed to a disembodied brain. When people ask that, it's always very hard to count. But I guess I studied a few dead languages. So Latin, Greek, Sanskrit, classical Chinese. When I was I guess maybe in JC, I was reading about different languages, and there was this quote which said that the 5 most influential languages ever are Latin, Greek, Sanskrit, classical Chinese, and Arabic. So I thought, wow, I would like to learn all of them someday so I can read many more books. So I got 4 out of 5 now, so just left with Arabic. I guess I found out that I'm less sure about what I want than I thought I did. I don't know if you know this, but I've been running this YouTube channel also. It's about the relation between several East Asian languages. Yeah, so I've been trying to come up with my own system to make learning it more efficient. I think it has some potential, and I don't mind trying to make it a proper business over the next few years. Yeah. To try to do something different is a lot scarier than I thought it was. Yeah. At least for philosophy, I don't really work on ethics, but here's something I think more people should know about ethics. I think most people think ethics is kind of a pain in the ass. They think oh, if I learn ethics, it's just more rules telling me what I can or cannot do, right? What they don't realize is that every day they are already making ethical choices. I think a lot of people's sense of ethics is just what they are used to. And in some ways, getting to the roots of that or clarifying certain principles that underlie those intuitions can actually free you from simply just doing what you've always used to. So I see ethics as more of a discipline that frees you rather than one that constrains you with more rules. I think people think that I'm antisocial, which is kind of true, but I think it's mostly because I'm stressed out and sleep deprived. So it's around campus I always have my headphones on, and it's not that I don't want to talk to people, but it's wow, just very stressed.